Welcome back, movie lovers. Today we're diving into the post-apocalyptic nightmare that is 28 years later. A zombie thriller that'll have you on the edge of your seat. What happens when humanity is pushed to the brink and only a handful of survivors remain in a devastated world? Get ready for a roller coaster of suspense, terror, and action. But before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss one of our thrilling recaps. Let's dive in. The movie begins with a young boy named Jamie and his sisters watching cartoons in their home. Outside their room there's chaos. People are shouting and running in fear. Jamie, curious about what's happening, listens closely. Suddenly, zombies break into the house, turning everyone into one of them except for Jamie. Terrified, Jamie rushes to his father's church to tell him what's happened. His father tries to calm him down, saying everything will be okay. He gives Jamie a chain for protection and urges him to leave, but soon after, Jamie's father is attacked and becomes a zombie too. With no other choice, Jamie flees far from his home. Fast forward 28 years. A boy named Spike wakes up and prepares for an important day. He lives on an island with other survivors of the zombie outbreak. The island is only accessible via a path that appears during low tide. Spike goes downstairs to have breakfast with his father, Jamie, who is now all grown up. At the same time, Spike's sick mother, Isla, wakes up after having a strange dream. Jamie hears her and goes to check on her. A little while later, Spike joins him. Isla gets upset and asks why Spike isn't going to school. Jamie tells her that he and Spike are heading to the mainland. Isla, furious, tells them to leave the room. Spike tries to calm Isla down before they leave. After a short while, Jamie and Spike set off on their journey to the mainland. The people on the island cheer for Spike, proud of his bravery. When they reach the gate, a woman named Jenny warns Spike. She tells him that if they get lost on the mainland, no rescue team will come for them. She shows him a wall with names of people who died trying to explore the mainland, reminding them that they'll be on their own if they leave. Despite the warning, Spike decides to go and he and Jamie continue on their journey. Jamie reminds Spike that they only have 4 hours before the tide returns and blocks the path. They start walking. After a long trek they finally reach the mainland. Spike is amazed by how vast it is. It's his first time seeing it. They continue on, soon entering a jungle. There they spot a zombie crawling on the ground eating insects. Jamie tells Spike to take a shot with an arrow, aiming for the neck. Spike hits it, killing the zombie, but the noise attracts more. Some zombies try to sneak up on them, but Jamie quickly takes care of them. He notices the zombies have a baby and chooses to let the baby zombie go. Eventually they arrive at Jamie's old house. Inside they're shocked to find a body hanging upside down. Spike asks why it's tied like that, and Jamie says it could be a form of punishment. He warns Spike that strange people now inhabit the mainland. Then Jamie tells Spike to kill the man. Spike hesitates, but eventually he does it. They leave the house and continue their journey. Soon they find a dead animal with its head violently ripped off. Jamie suspects it's the work of an alpha, a stronger, smarter type of zombie. Realizing the area is no longer safe, they quickly move on. Soon Jamie spots a group of zombies nearby, led by the alpha. Realizing the danger, he grabs Spike and they run. The zombies give chase and they manage to fight off a few, but it's a tough battle. After what feels like an eternity, they reach an old house and hide inside, hoping they're safe at least for now. That evening, Jamie sits down with Spike and explains more about the alphas. He tells Spike that alphas aren't like normal zombies. They're smarter, stronger, and much harder to kill. Jamie also mentions that they can't fight right now because they've run out of arrows, so they need to be careful and wait for the right moment. Later, a group of large animals passes by, shaking the ground. Jamie quickly realizes the house might collapse under the pressure. He wakes Spike and they rush out just in time as the house falls apart. They start making their way back to the island and eventually reach the beach, where the path between the mainland and their home is visible. The tide is low, so they begin crossing. But little do they know, the alpha is watching them from a distance. As they walk, they are alerted by the sound of bats and suddenly hear something behind them. It's the alpha, getting closer with every step. They sprint as fast as they can, but just as they reach the gate, the alpha is nearly upon them. Suddenly, the people watching the gate notice the danger, and they fire a giant fire arrow, hitting the alpha and killing it. Jamie and Spike finally make it back to the gate, safe and sound. That night, everyone on the island celebrates with a big party to honor Spike for his bravery. While everyone is having a good time, Spike notices Jamie kissing another woman. He feels hurt, thinking Jamie is cheating on his sick mother. Upset, Spike leaves the party and heads home. When he gets there, he finds an old man sleeping on the couch. The old man wakes up, surprised to see Spike home so early. He asks Spike what he saw on the mainland. Spike simply replies, "Fire and lots of forest." When he mentions the word fire, the old man suddenly remembers something. Perhaps someone named Dr. Kelson is still alive. Spike tells him that Jamie said there are no doctors left, which is why no one knows what's wrong with his mother. Spike begins to wonder if Jamie has been lying to him. The old man says that Dr. Kelson was a strange man, then quietly leaves. Spike goes to bed and sleeps beside his sick mother. The next morning when Jamie comes home, Spike asks him about the doctor. Jamie finally opens up about what happened before Spike was born. He explains that one day while walking through a forest, they came across thousands of dead bodies. A man named Dr. Kelson was dragging the bodies into a fire, and after that, no one dared to go near him again. Spike then asks Jamie what's really wrong with his mother and if she's dying. Jamie lies and says she's not, but Spike can tell he's not being honest. Spike then brings up the woman Jamie was kissing. At this, Jamie gets angry and hits Spike, an action he later regrets. Feeling scared and betrayed, Spike rushes to his mother and holds her tightly. When Jamie tries to approach, Spike shoves him away, pulling out a knife and warning him to stay back. Jamie, frustrated and angry, storms out. Soon after, Spike starts a small fire near the gate, distracting the guards. As they leave to investigate, Spike quietly sneaks his mother out through the gate, heading toward the mainland. On the way, Spike tells his mother that something's wrong with her, but they're going north to find a doctor. After walking for a while, they come across an old, abandoned church and decide to rest there for the night. In the middle of the night, a large zombie attacks Spike, but Isla wakes up and fights it off. The next morning, Isla had no memory of what had happened. They keep moving, venturing further into the mainland. Elsewhere, a group of soldiers is ambushed by zombies. A few soldiers get bitten and turn into zombies, while the others manage to escape to a safe spot. But then the Alpha shows up and kills more of them, leaving only one soldier alive. Meanwhile, Spike and Isla are walking across open fields when Spike notices blood coming out of his mother's nose. As she takes care of the nose, Spike spots another zombie coming towards them. He kills it quickly, but more zombies appear. They race to an old, abandoned fuel station to hide, unaware that it's filled with highly flammable gas. The zombies follow them inside, trapping them. Just as things are about to get worse, a soldier appears and saves them by killing the zombies outside. He introduces himself as Eric and helps lift Isla over his shoulder. He explains that his boat sank, which is why he's stuck in the area. Eric asks where they're headed, and Spike points toward a distant fire, saying there's a doctor there. After walking for a while, they take a break to rest. Eric and Spike sit down, chatting as Eric shows Spike some photos on his phone. Suddenly, Isla starts acting more like herself again and quietly walks toward the fire. Spike and Eric quickly follow her, and as they walk, they hear a strange zombie scream. They follow the sound and find Isla standing by a pregnant zombie in pain. To their surprise, Isla manages to calm it down, and a few moments later, the zombie gives birth to a baby. Eric, panicking, kills the zombie mom and asks Isla to put the baby down or he'll kill them both. Just as he's about to shoot, the Alpha appears and rips Eric's head off, killing him instantly. The Alpha then turns to attack Spike and Isla, but just in time, Dr. Kelson arrives and uses a sedative to paralyze the Alpha. The doctor explains that he uses iodine on his skin to prevent the virus from infecting him. He then takes Spike and Isla to his lab, where he shows Spike how he studies the bodies and creates skull models. Spike helps him with his work, and Dr. Kelson prepares Eric's skull and hands it to Spike, telling him to pick a spot on the wall to place it. The doctor then asks Spike where the baby came from. Spike explains that the baby is from the infected woman, but the baby isn't a zombie. He then tells the doctor the real reason they came: his mother is very sick. The doctor examines Isla and tells Spike that she has cancer. Spike panics upon hearing this, but Isla gently calms him down. While Spike is distracted, the doctor suddenly shoots a poison dart at Isla, killing her instantly. However, it turns out that this was a plan between Isla and the doctor to end her suffering. The doctor then hands Spike the baby. A little later, Spike takes Isla's skull and places it on top of the wall as a way to honor her. Suddenly, the Alpha zombie appears. Spike and the doctor try to hide, but the Alpha grabs the doctor and attempts to kill him. Spike quickly grabs a poison dart and stabs it into the Alpha's hand, killing it. Afterward, the doctor tells Spike to go back home and take care of the baby. 28 days later, Spike sends a letter to the island along with the baby. In the letter, he explains that he found the doctor, who turned out to be a kind man. He also says the baby isn't infected, but Isla is gone. When Jamie reads the letter, he tries to leave the island to find Spike, but the high tide blocks the path, preventing him from going. Back on the mainland, Spike is attacked by zombies again, but he fights them off. At that moment, a new group of people arrives and jumps in to help. They fight the zombies with impressive skill, taking their time to make it look effortless. Their leader steps forward, introduces himself as Jimmy and shakes Spike's hand. And with that, the movie ends. And that's a wrap on our breakdown of 28 Years Later. What do you think about this movie? Drop your thoughts and reactions in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this recap, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss our in-depth movie analyses and thrilling reviews. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay tuned for more edge-of-your-seat content.